Greetings and welcome to the Gaming Movie Jerks. Nobody sees that radio song.
No one sees that.
You wouldn't believe how long we spent trying to get this to work.
Yeah, so you guys have seen PC games before, and you've probably noticed that the audio just isn't really that great. And that the game audio wasn't on at all. You could not hear it whatsoever.
Well, we're trying to fix that. I mean, because we're playing Doom, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. It's Doom. It's Doom. It's one of the greatest. It is the greatest video game ever made. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that.
Well, okay. In his opinion, it's probably, in my opinion, the second greatest game ever made, behind Half-Life 2. I'm sorry, gotta put it behind Half-Life 2.
It is, however, I think everyone has to admit, the most influential video game.
Absolutely, 100%.
I mean, if you like
this, and then they put out Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, Quake, triple whammy trio of influential noon and
all of them from id Software, as you can see right there on the screen. This small, I mean, that's not even very many people, you know?
And Jordan is a master of Doom. Greatest Doom player ever. He holds the Guinness Book World Record for greatest Doom person.
I do not hold that record. But,
also, I doubt that record exists.
Nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and jump into the first episode, Knee Deep in the Dead. I'll be playing on Ultraviolence. Why don't I play on Nightmare? The game itself tells you it's not even remotely fair, so I'm not going to play on it. I'm going to play Ultraviolence.
I was about to say, that would not be a very good idea.
Prepare for one of the greatest pieces of video game music of all time. Definitely didn't rip off No Remorse by Metallica, not whatsoever.
Ooh, Jordan, we're going to get copyright string because you said that word. Ooh, Jordan.
And I'm already taking
Oh, wow, you're already dead.
We are off to about the best start that we could have gotten off to. This is Doom, ladies and gentlemen.
Jordan, you didn't hit that button. Was that guy invincible? Why did he go up the stairs? What the heck?
Doom has a little something that they like to call non-Newtonian motion. A technical term.
Give us some lesson on how the game engine is so revolutionary.
Well, first of all, just imagine this on your computer in Now, of course, it wouldn't look this good because this is running at 1920 by 1080 resolution. So, it wouldn't look this good.
But it still looks really cool. 1993, guys.
I just died. So we're going to go again.
Think about Mario, like, 10 years earlier. In 10 years, we went from Mario to this.
Remember when Caden said I was the greatest Doom player of all time? And I disputed that? You just saw why I just died. I am a bit out of practice. I just had to say.
Well, maybe you shouldn't play on Ultraviolence.
There is no other way to play the game.
Nightmare.
Well, yeah, other than Nightmare, of course.
Obviously.
Alright, hit this switch. I'm going to ignore the rest of the level, actually.
We're just going to speedrun it.
Even though I know where most of the secrets are. I think I know all the secrets in map 1.
Everyone should. Even I don't.
I'm going to kill these guys before they kill me.
Can you go grab... Well, actually, you already have a shotgun. I was thinking of Dusk. In Dusk, you can dual-wield shotguns.
Die, bro. Blow up the barrel. Another barrel.
So, this is the greatest game I've ever played on the channel. And you know what? When we beat this... Well, maybe not even when we beat it. At some point, we are going to play Half-Life 2, the greatest game of all time.
Stupid.
Well, by us, and by you, I mean, particularly. But I'm sure that there's somebody out there that doesn't believe that either one is the greatest game. And if they don't, then they're wrong.
Just headbanging to this soundtrack here. This is the greatest soundtrack in any game ever. I mean, I was talking to Tristan the other day. He was like, "You really like the original Doom soundtrack because it sounds like the music that you like." I'm like, yeah, that's the reason I like it.
Well, duh.
It's. When they made the soundtrack, I believe the exact story goes that John Romero, basically the lead game designer on this game, he's a genius. He's the reason this game is as good as it is. He handed their composer a bunch of heavy metal albums and said, make something that sounds like this. And he didn't make every track sound like that. This is a pretty quiet track. Because some tracks, just didn't need to be that loud or fast.
Yeah, and that's the main reason, that's my main complaint on Doom 2016, is that they went all, full techno metal.
I read somewhere the other day that it was originally supposed to be just a completely techno soundtrack, and the composer was like, I'm going to put some metal in there.
Yeah, well, I think that it should have stuck to its roots, and honestly, I really do think of it as, other than the music, a complete just reboot of the first one with different levels, better graphics, and it's just really fun. The second Doom game I've ever beaten. I've only beaten Doom 2 and Doom 2016. Never beaten this game. Played it a lot, actually. Not as much as Jordan. Jordan's beaten this game like 40 times. So
It's a really good video game.
I just don't think it really has that much replayability.
I don't know. I think there's...
But neither does Half-Life 2 either, so... But I still play Half-Life 2. I've played Half-Life 2 like 30 times. Jordan, did you know that room was copied in Dusk?
Really?
Yeah, it's like level 2.
Huh.
Well, it's not an exact copy, but... Yeah. Yeah, I'll show it to you later.
Alrighty.
And it splits off into those two ways, and then you fall into that pit, and it, like, bounces you back up. You remember that? Like, up, like, the second level?
Like, vaguely. I don't know.
We'll find that level later.
Alright.
And if we do, we'll put up an image of it. Right now.
Use the barrel. I didn't even...
You didn't use the barrel. These guys are, what are they called?
Those are called specters, which oddly enough appear before demons. That's a demon. It's just called the demon. Why they called it that, I don't know.
This game not only really invented FPS, first-person shooter, but it also invented the rating system, right?
This and Mortal Kombat were the main reason that the ESRB, the Entertainment Software Ratings Board, I believe,
which is what rates games, M for mature, and E for everyone. If you're Nintendo or if you're Ubisoft.
This is one of
Ubisoft.
This was, I guess, one of the first games to get an M rating, because this is what passed for really violent in 1993.
And today, games that are still rated M, I think that there's more people under 18 that play it than there are that are over 18.
Yeah, I mean, this game...
The ratings do not matter to anyone.
This game really was a big deal, though, in terms of how violent it's supposedly. And, it's not... Looking back on it now, it's kind of cartoony. It's not... I mean, yeah, you have this, bloody mess-looking thing there.
And, I think a lot of people today wouldn't really say that's gory because it's all pixelated and they don't interpret it as much as people that played games in 1983. Like, an adult that played this in their childhood would be like, what? That's like the scariest thing ever. But I feel as though we're more desensitized.
Desensitized?
Yes, yeah. I can't say anything.
I mean, just look at the modern Doom game. I feel like, honestly, they were trying to create the same kind of controversy that this game had.
I don't really blame, but now they're owned by Bethesda. I don't really like Bethesda that much. Skyrim's cool. Fallout 4 is good.
Oh, there you see that? The lights turned on. It's very spooky.
Fallout 76 sucks.
You want to know a fun fact? On all the difficulties except for ultraviolence, there's a light, like right here, that tells you where the exit is, but if you're playing ultraviolence, you don't get to know.
Well, not that really helps.
I mean, you have an auto map, so you know.
Do you ever use the auto map, honestly?
Sometimes I like to know where I'm at.
I hate knowing where I'm at.
But most of the time...
Knowing where I'm at sucks.
Most of the time I already do know where I'm at. I'm going to grab this armor.
Chill.
The secret exit, by the way, is like in... Somewhere, somehow, that gray wall there opens up, and the secret exit is in there somewhere. I just don't remember how to open it, so no secret level.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm not going for completion or anything, given that I didn't get a single secret in the last level, and I only got one.
Yeah, we're not Big Mac Davis.
Yeah, this is, obviously this is
That's
just
a
Let's
YouTuber
Play.
that does a lot of Doom videos, just so you guys know. Check him out if you want. But before you check him out, watch another video from us. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Don't forget to hit the bell. Give you notification stuff. Jordan, you should talk about how this game engine is fake 3D.
Yeah, it's not real 3D. That's a fun fact.
How does it do it, Jordan? How does it achieve this fake 3D?
Well, basically, each sector is what they're called. Basically, a 2D area on the map. That's, by the way, the reason that the map can be rendered entirely in 2D is because the game is basically two-dimensional. But the way I like to imagine it is the area underneath the floor and above the ceiling is infinite. It's like you cannot have a room on top of another room, basically.
Yeah.
And that's why the map can be rendered entirely two-dimensional. It's technically 3D in the sense that there are 3 dimensions here. But you also notice that you can't look up and down, you can't jump, none of that. You're always stuck wherever the floor level is.
Yeah.
So, that's another thing that makes it a bit more two-dimensional than, say, Quake, for example, which was real 3D. It was a pretty big deal.
And that's why... And Quake really just even further evolved the FPS genre.
Right, I mean, you notice that, I guess, it's not even been mentioned yet, that I don't have to aim up and down. You see that barrel there? Bam, I can just shoot it like that.
This is like the first auto-aim, almost.
I mean, it's technically not auto-aim if you think about it, because you think about it, basically your bullets are infinitely tall.
That's true.
And basically everything is, depending on the version of the game engine you're playing on.
Well, we're playing a different program, right?
Well, yeah, I'm using Z-Doom, which is out of date. Most people use GZ-Doom nowadays, but...
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Ooh, rocket launcher already? What is this, like level 4? 3?
Map 4, yes. Well, it's E1M4.
What?
I get a soul sphere up here.
This episode's gonna run a little long.
This is the first level where I don't know exactly where I'm going at all times.
Oh, that sucks. You know what we should do?
What?
We should end the video.
Alright.
As a cliffhanger. What's gonna happen next? See you guys next time. I hope you really liked Mood.
That's very funny. Goodbye.